I've got with us our culinary director, Chris, and our master roaster, John, to explain what we do each and every day.
What are we roasting today?
Today is Tanzanian peaberry.
Okay.
That just got done cooling off.
Okay.
Now I'm going to turn on this cooling motor. It's going to spin. And what I do is release it out of this lever right here. Go off the bucket.
John, how long does it take to actually roast?
It takes about 20 minutes depending on the size of batch and also the style of roast.
So every bean has a little different texture. Every bean has a little different cooking temperature as well?
Absolutely. If you want to do a light roast like a Rastelli's Market Fresh roast, that's going to be at first crack. That's going to be about 20 minutes to roast.
Okay.
If you want to do a medium roast like this Tanzanian peaberry, that's going to be about 25 minutes to roast.
It looks a lot easier than it is just pouring beans in and roasting them, but I'm sure there's an art to it because what you create daily has been very special for our guests.
Yeah, it's you know, you got to have an eye, you got to have an ear, really, and a sense of smell.
When you say an ear, tell me.
Well, there's a process of coffee that starts to crack. So, and that's when you really want to pay attention to it. Look at it with the tester right here. Make sure that the bean is starting to be the shade you want. When it cracks, it's called a first crack, and that's when you're going to look at it and release it when you want a light roast.
Our beans are roasted fresh, so when you get a cup of coffee at Rastelli's Market, you're getting fresh cup of coffee from beans that are, what, 2 days old?
Yeah. When you first roast coffee, you got to let it sit for 24 hours. Release all of its oils.
So when our guests come in and they actually pick up one of your half-pound or pound bags of fresh roasted coffee beans, you then will do what with that product?
Grind it up for them if they need it, or a whole bean, you know, whatever they recommend. We have, you know, any style grind.
But we actually float beans from all over the world here. So we have about 20 different varieties of beans from all over the world, from Colombia to Africa to you name it. I mean, it's here.
Costa Rican willow, which is an organic one. We have Peruvian organic.
But we also have 24 varieties of really, really nice tea to complement the coffee.
Yes.
When the coffee comes in, the beans actually look like they're green. It looks like a wax bean. And what this machine actually does, it takes that wax bean through a process where John mentioned it goes through 2 different cracks. And the bean slowly roasts and turns to the color of coffee that we see today.
Get some raw beans.
The beans are going to get dumped into this tumbler.
It's called, we charge the beans.
We charge the beans, okay.
Charge. So we'll turn it up, release it.
Okay, so the beans get released in here, and you can actually see the window here of the beans cooking. So John, how are these beans looking?
We're almost ready to go.
Really?
Right now we're at 404 degrees. So
okay.
So John, you test by pulling them out and actually getting the color of the bean?
Yeah, you look right in there.
Oh, so actually the beans are in a little cup here.
Yes.
Okay, very neat, very neat.
Which helps you, keep an eye on the process of what's going on.
So I heard a lot of popping going on in there. What was that?
That's the first crack.
That's the first crack. That means the beans
are expanding.
Expanding, okay.
Yeah.
We brew this coffee right in our cafe.
Right in our Juice and Java Cafe, which we're really excited to bring our guests at Market Fresh.
So what do we have to do to drop these beans? Just pull the lever? Or?
Basically what I do is I turn down the heat.
Okay.
I'm going to look one last time to make sure everything's looking good. And then I'm going to turn the cooling motor on.
Well, what this does, this tub is for cooling. So when the beans come out, we got to get the beans cool. Because like John said, they expanded and it's throwing off so much heat. We want to stop the cooking process as soon as possible. So when John drops it in here, this will spin. He'll turn on a motor. Okay, it sounds like a jet motor that sucks all the hot air out. It takes it right up the vent, out off the roof, and it gets the beans cool within a minute.
Cools them down. Great.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
Boy, what an incredible smell.
Yeah, I mean, that is really nice. Oh, you can feel that air pulling out.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
No, absolutely not.
John, thank you so much. We really enjoyed being in the coffee. And we invite our customers and to enjoy some whole bean coffee and some fresh coffee from our cafe.
That's where I start every morning with John and the coffee beans.
Great, thanks for being here.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.